INFJs don't talk about their loneliness much, but when they do, you should pay attention. They are complex people on the inside as well as emotionally fragile people. A genuine INFJ will tell you they're lonely and want these. 8. A person who is empathetic and able to comprehend their feelings without passing judgment. Because of their deep empathy and preference for depth, INFJs look for safety in someone who can help them make sense of the maze of emotions inside of them. They want for a friend who can interpret the nonverbal language of their emotions. They do not simply want to be seen. Recognizing the various colors that make up their inner world. The INFJ is inviting you to see the unadulterated sincerity of their feelings at these times. They yearn for a relationship in which understanding and compassion take the place of judgment, where they are acknowledged and valued for their feelings, no matter how complex or strong. For an INFJ, loneliness is more than just being alone. It's about not having real understanding. They are looking for someone who can truly understand the storms and calms that shape their soul, someone who can dive into the depths of their emotional ocean and navigate its currents. 7. Someone who reciprocates by sharing who they really are. It's not just about listening to words, it's about seeing the intricacies that make each person special being revealed to one another. Part of what makes the INFJ lonely is their need for a deep emotional connection. They are looking for a relationship in which both people are completely honest with each other, weaving a tapestry of sincere vulnerability. The basis of a relationship that goes beyond surface-level exchanges is this reciprocal sharing. An INFJ who shares their loneliness with you is not only requesting your company, but also an invitation to embark on a journey together into the depths of human existence. They want a relationship in which their vulnerability is seen as the raw material that unites them rather than as a weakness, and where both of their souls are exposed. You become more than simply a bystander to their solitude when you practice this reciprocal sharing. You become an active participant in an authentic dance. It's a potent counterbalance to loneliness, fostering a bond that reverberates in the shared echoes of authentic selves. An intimate symphony that bridges the gap and turns loneliness into shared solitude that is colored with the nuances of real connection. Are you with an INFJ who can disclose their vulnerabilities and reciprocate? 6. A person who is open to spending time in the environment of an INFJ. Genuine connection resonates louder than the ticking of the clock when it comes to measuring quality time. An INFJ wants a friend who can be there for them in the here and now, who will pursue interests in common, have deep talks, and make lasting memories. The quality of interactions rather than the sheer presence of another person typically alleviates loneliness. They look for a relationship in which spending time together is an investment in their emotional bank of common experiences rather than just a transaction. An INFJ who expresses a desire for companionship is inviting the other person to piece by piece build their life together. They want a friend who can relate to the importance of unsaid moments when time stands by and the meaningful relationship is being formed. An INFJ values genuine presence over grandiose gestures while spending quality time together. They look for a friend who appreciates the intangible qualities of being together, a presence that speaks louder than words and reverberates long after the moment ends, whether they are having in-depth talks or enjoying quiet moments together. 5. A location where their emotions are validated and recognized. An INFJ's feeling of loneliness extends beyond their physical isolation and is frequently a reflection of their intense emotional need for approval. During these times, an INFJ yearns for a place where their emotions are acknowledged rather than just a listening ear. They yearn for a friend who can navigate the complicated emotional paths they are experiencing, who can recognize the nuances and complexity without trivializing or brushing them under the rug. An INFJ views loneliness as an opportunity for understanding rather than as a cause for sympathy. They want validation when they communicate their feelings, a comfort that their feelings are valid and will be acknowledged without condemnation. It's a desire for a relationship in which their feelings are respected and recognized. More than just listening, creating this space requires embracing the depth of their feelings with empathy. It's about accepting that their emotional reactions are legitimate, despite the fact that they could appear enigmatic or complicated. By doing this, you not only give them comfort in their loneliness, but also lay the groundwork for a relationship based on mutual emotional understanding. Do the people you love create a secure environment for you to be yourself as an INFJ? 4. energetic discussions on thought-provoking subjects. An INFJ wants a friend who is willing to have conversations that go beyond the norm and who can delve into the depths of thought. They long for a mental bridge where concepts flow freely, allowing them to delve into the deep complexities of the human experience, as well as the great vistas of philosophy and dreams. An INFJ finds that having a discussion companion who isn't afraid to broach serious subjects often helps them feel less lonely. They are looking for someone who can think at the same rate as they do, so that their shared area of intellectual inquiry becomes a symphony of ideas. These discussions serve as a cure, a means of healing the rift between thoughts and emotions, rather than merely serving as a diversion from loneliness. Talking about important subjects with other INFJs is more than simply an activity for them. It's a means of feeling truly connected and of being seen and understood above the surface of everyday conversations. By recognizing and meeting this need, you give more than just companionship. You provide a place of thought where loneliness evaporates in the face of mutual understanding. It's a joint exploration of concepts and feelings that weaves a web of connection that reverberates in the profundity of meaningful talks and transcends the isolation of the here and now. 3. Considerate deeds. An INFJ experiences loneliness as a desire for understanding and connection that transcends language rather than just physical solitude. Thoughtful deeds serve as a bridge to overcome emotional gaps by expressing concern and gratitude that appeals to their sensitive and aware hearts. These deeds don't have to be large-scale ones. In fact, an INFJ's spirit is frequently more deeply touched by the little, significant things in life. A thoughtful present that matches their hobbies, a handwritten note, or an act of true understanding that illuminates their particular preferences can all serve as demonstrations of kindness that brighten the sometimes shadowy corners of their loneliness. Thoughtfulness is a language unto itself in the emotional landscape of the INFJ. It can express feelings that words might find difficult to express. It's an admission that their feelings are important and that their presence is appreciated. Well-considered actions establish a palpable bond, splicing a thread of warmth into their isolation. Do these behaviors lessen your sensation of loneliness as an INFJ? 2. Honor privacy. Respecting an INFJ's need for solitude means realizing that it's an essential component of their self-care rather than a sign that they're rejecting company. It's realizing that they recover, work through feelings, and gain the clarity necessary to improve the caliber of their relationships in the safety of their own space. It is important to honor their desire for emotional space in addition to their need for alone time. INFJs are drawn to connections where they may freely express their emotions and let them develop on their own schedule, free from the need to continuously interact. By showing them that you appreciate their time alone, you not only offer company but also a haven where loneliness fades, since you know that their private hours are valued. A relationship that flourishes in the harmony of recognizing and honoring the INFJ's need for both connection and isolation is fostered by striking a delicate balance that acknowledges the ebb and flow between the two. 1. Sturdy over the long haul. An INFJ is calling out for a friend who will stick with them through thick and thin, someone who will be there for them when they need them. Instead of merely finding a short-term solution to their loneliness, they are looking for a committed partnership that would support them through all of life's ups and downs. For an INFJ, being dependable over the long term means making a commitment to be there, not just at times of loneliness, but throughout life. It's a guarantee that the bond created during solitary times won't falter when life's waves get turbulent. What an INFJ is really saying when they express loneliness is, I want someone who will stay, who will be there beyond this moment. They long for a friend who will stick with them through the intricacies of their inner world and understand the depth of their feelings. Establishing a foundation of trust and reliability is more important to establishing this long-term dependability than just keeping company during lonely times. It's an investment in a partnership in which both sides pledge to be stable and trustworthy, providing a haven of enduring connection in addition to a temporary escape from loneliness. Have you, as an INFJ, met someone you can trust in the long run? Though they may not want to acknowledge their internal conflicts, INFJs will go to great lengths to demonstrate their extreme vulnerability to those they trust. Have you disclosed your emotional weaknesses to anyone as an INFJ? What was their response? Take action.